is a video about Ralang. Ralang is a programming language that I've been working on for my university as a final year project. I would like to show you some of the features that I've implemented in the last 12 weeks. So I will show you a very simple example of what you can do with Ralang. I already have a example.raw file created in test cases folder. So we can start by typing in module and example. That's what we're going to call our module. And because this compiles to the JVM, we have to create a function main which takes an array of string named args, which returns void. If you're a Java programmer, you know what this means. To start off with, maybe we can start with a print statement. We could print hello world to the screen, since that's what everyone starts off by doing when they learn how to program. Hello world. It's a very simple program. To run the program, we run this compile.bat file, which is included in the Git repo, which will be in the description below if you would like to have a look at it later. So file name, we have to put in the name of the folder where the file is, test cases, and the name of the file, which is example.raw. So after it compiles, it may take a while, but after it does, we should be able to run the file, and it should print hello world to the screen, to this console. So it prints hello world. Okay, so currently the program, this programming language was written in Clojure, and it's compiling into Java bytecode, which is able to run on the JVM. We can do something a bit more complicated than this. We can do some maths with Ralang, so we can do maybe let's say 10 times, okay, no, 10 plus 5 times 3. This will be, let's see, this is 15 plus 10 should be 25. Yes, should be 25. So if we run this again, so test cases, example.raw. Okay, so this will read this file, example.raw. It will then convert it, will separate the keywords into tokens, and then it will be compiled into Java bytecode, which is then able to run on the JVM. So now you can run example and we get 25, which is good. One of the features that I worked on was you are able to create your own function. So for instance, I could create a function calc which does not have any arguments and that returns an int, for instance, and we could return, let's say, 10 plus 5 times 3, which we already know it should be 25. It should work in both cases. We can then call the function calc, which will return an int, and then we should be able to print that to the screen. So if we save this and if we run it again, test cases / example.raw, and after it's compiled, then we should be able to run it. So let's see example, and we get 25, which is correct. Okay, let's see what should we do next. Okay, one other thing I worked on was branches. So creating if statements, for instance. We can pass in, let's call this function greater. We're going to call greater with a number, so let's say 20, and obviously this has to take in an int n and return void. Okay, actually, sorry, no, it does not return void, it returns a string. It returns a string, and if n is greater than 10, it prints greater than 10, else it prints not greater than 10. Okay, so now what this will do is this will call greater, which is the function we've just created with an integer 20, which is n. We'll check if n is greater than 10. If it is, it will print greater than 10. Otherwise, it will print not greater than 10. So in this case, 20 is greater than 10, so it should say greater than 10. We can compile it. Test case /example. Okay. Okay, and then we can run it. It's compiled successfully. What's this? Right, okay. So, my bad. We're supposed to be returning a string, and we're currently printing it rather than returning it. So we should return this. We weren't returning anything. That's why it gave us this error message. So we could compile it. Test cases /example. Okay. Yeah, so that was my mistake there. Yeah, we're supposed to return a string and we weren't returning anything. So then we can run it, example, and it's greater than 10. So that's what we were expecting. Well, we could try with, let's say, 5 instead, and this time we should get not greater than 10. Example, because it's not greater than 10. 5 is not greater than 10, therefore we should get not greater than 10. And we can run it now, and we get not greater than 10, so that works fine. So we have a main function, we have some print statements, we've already seen that we can do some arithmetic. For instance, we could say 5 plus 10, which is 15. It will check if 15 is greater than 10, which it is, then it should say greater than 10. It will then test cases / example.graph. In this particular case, it should say greater than 10. So example, it says greater than 10, so which is correct. So we have some arithmetic, we have functions, we have if statements. So let me think. An interesting example that I could probably show you is how we could write, let's say, a factorial function in Ralang. It's a very simple thing to do, so I think I'll just write it myself. Okay, let's say we are going to delete this. Okay, we're going to start by saying function factorial. Oh, that's easier. Okay, the factorial of 4 plus 1, which is 5. Okay, we take an int n, returns an int, then we check if n is less than 2. If n is less than 2, then we return 1. Otherwise, we return n times factorial n minus 1. Okay, we can call, this is a comment in Ralang, so call the factorial and print. Okay, we can then compile it, test cases / factorial, it's called run.run. Okay, so in this case we should get the factorial of 5 should be 120, so we should get 120. Example, we get 120, so that is correct. So what we've just done here, we've used a recursive call, so we keep recursively calling the factorial function n minus 1 until n is less than 2, which then we return 1 rather than calling it again. So that's it. So Ralang at the moment is still under development and there's still a lot to do, but it's a little project that I've done under 12 weeks, so it's just something. Well, that's it for now. If you've got any comments or any feedback, please leave them down below, and that's it. Thank you very much for watching.